Hello everybody, I will try to explain what is happening in Brazil with the protests that's since 2 weeks ago it's happened in Brazil, all over Brazil, okay? I will show you some videos to contextualize what is happening here. This video show our first protest in our city, Belo Horizonte. This is the downtown of Belo Horizonte. That protest happened in 17 June. As you can see, a lot of young people. In that protest we had about 50,000 people on the streets. You can see better here. We were there also. Hey, look at that. A lot of people screaming and singing. And this is the protest of this weekend. That Saturday. Look, it's very different. It was a fighting against the police. The police was using violence and force, unnecessary force against the protesters. A lot of people running and screaming. We were there. It was very chaotic. So I will try to explain a bit what is happening here. The protest began in the 6th June in São Paulo with about 12,000 people against the increase of the public transport prices. That protest was very strongly treated by the police with force, with violence. Our mainstream media totally ignores that first protest and treat the protesters as vandals and criminals and stuff like that. But the protests grew so much, grew all over Brazil through the internet. Okay, we have a lot of causes to that protests. Not just the prices of the public transport and the quality, but the costs of the World Cup for Brazil, the lack of investments in health, in public health, in public education, against the corruption that's big in Brazil. So the local governments started to decrease the prices of the public transport, but that is not enough. So last week we had the biggest protest all over Brazil, more than 100 cities in Brazil, about millions of people on the streets. Okay, our media just show you the violence, the vandals, the destruction, but it's not just this. After our media start to a strategy to cooptating the protests, the problem is very complex. This is a little stakeholder map. Okay, so we have the people, but we have the media, we have the organization of the World Cup, we have the police, we have the local government, the federal government, local political parties, politicians. We have the social organizations that are fighting for our rights, the Brazilian citizens' rights. It's very complicated to explain. It's very complex. Okay, but actually the protest is a good thing for Brazil, because people just now they can see that they can change things that is not good for them, for us. Okay, we have those bars here because we don't have public security, we don't have public education, we don't have public transport. So something like that was inevitable. It's good. It's a good opportunity to change our mindset about what we can do for our cities, for our life, for our country. It's good. Don't worry about us. We are in well.